Testing. Yep.
Hello.
Aloha.
How you doing?
Good, good. How are you?
Doing all right. Tired as fuck, though.
Yeah,
For no good reason. I didn't do anything productive today.
Oh. I feel you on the tired part, but I have reasons.
But you earned it.
I've earned some EP, some sleepy time.
Yeah. You're recording?
Yeah. I started it right
Nice.
before I joined.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how much you actually listen to the podcast, but we're going to do... Megan's going to do a Today in James, because it's an April Fool's episode. And it's James related.
Gotcha.
And then Zach's going to do the podcast intro, and then all three of us will introduce ourselves, and then I'll introduce you. And then we'll just do that.
Cool. Sounds Gucci.
Well, we're probably going to riff for a little bit before we start, and then I think I'm just going to launch into it like it's a normal podcast. And I'll be like, because James is the guest, he's our first story.
Gotcha.
And then you can just talk the entire time about how World War II brought us straight to hentai.
Oh, it isn't even just World War II, my sweet, sweet, sweet boy. It goes back even farther to Archduke Ferdinand.
But again, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what Zach and Megan's thoughts are. If we want to start it like it's a normal podcast and have James jump in, but I feel like Megan did that with Ronald Reagan.
I mean, my thought process going in. Hi, I'm here by the way, and I'm recording. I don't know if everyone else
We
is.
are, yeah.
Okay, cool. My thought process was to kind of treat it like a regular episode and be like, hey, we have our friend James on here with us tonight. Like, not, again, blowing over the fact that all the intro is James related. Like,
Yeah.
treat it as if we're doing a normal episode, be completely straight-laced about it, and then
Treat
be
it
like
literally
and then
nothing's
let me
different.
off the leash.
yeah. And then just be like, well, for the first time, usually, we tell our stories and we have our guests react to those stories, but James actually was really
James was pretty
interesting.
adamant that he wanted to go first
James was
tonight.
pretty adamant
So.
that he had like a really interesting topic to talk about tonight. So, we'll let James take it away.
We're just going to let James take it away. And then talk. I don't know. Our April Fool's episodes are usually much shorter. So,
yeah.
but if you're loaded up and ready to talk, I think, an hour is our cutoff. So,
That sounds...
Yeah.
I think I can get through all this in an hour.
Fair enough.
and then obviously, I mean, Megan, Zach, and I'll jump in and make jokes
Yeah.
as the episode progresses.
I just don't think you guys are ready.
Dude, truthfully,
I'm
I
nervous.
don't think we are either, but
When I was scribbling notes down on my lunch break today, I was like, oh boy.
I just think it'll be a really good... I think it's going to end up being a really funny episode.
There's a section in my notes, just in all capital letters, that says timeline shift. Because the domino effect branches at some point.
Oh my god.
I love that.
I told Megan that I was like, I'm feeling very... Just because of how work was today, I was like, might be a little bit feral or manic. Feeling very BDG Unravel right now.
That's perfect energy.
Dude, every time that you have a tricky day at work, you come into whatever you're doing with some good energy. Like that last D&D session where you had a bad day and you were just like, I'm ready for it.
Oh, yeah.
And I very much was not. I was like, wow, Rin is in a mood.
Just in a mood.
Listen.
Mood goals.
Megan asked me something that happened to me today, and I said I honestly don't remember because I black out while I'm at work, and then all of a sudden I'm home.
Dude, I'm kind of in the same vein. What's interesting about my work is that we're opening a new location, hopefully this year. The hope is this year.
Yeah.
And my boss has not started to think about like what staffing that building looks like. She just has this thought process that everything is going to go well. And I'm just like, okay, but my mental health.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, I've started to get to a point where, like, I'm starting to black out at work, and I'm like, oh, shit, it's 4 o'clock? Okay.
Man, I wish I could afford to do that, but I'm working with heavy machinery.
Yeah. There was a gentleman who came in to cook dinner tonight. Him and his church came in to cook dinner, and he's asking me how my day went, and I was like, it's pretty easy. Like, if I know that I'm not cooking that night, it's really kind of easy for me to just, like, sit and focus on, like, actual work. I was like, if I have to cook dinner on a certain night, on any given night...
Forget about it.
I am just constantly watching the time to make sure that I'm starting dinner at an appropriate time to make sure that everyone eats.
See, I don't know. For me, it's just like, since I lift and move a lot of heavy equipment all day.
Yeah.
I get like, I'm just like usually so exhausted. And like then there'll be like downtime where it's like oh, go coil cable. And, like when I'm coiling cable, I'm like, what if I just fell asleep standing up right now?
What if I just fell asleep while coiling cable?
Yeah. So that's kind of like how my day goes, and it's like I have to like basically make myself like do part of an order right before I leave. Otherwise, like I'm so tired in the car. And
You'll fall asleep?
And it's not that I will fall asleep, but, like, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
Dangerous.
I want you guys to know that the most cursed image I've seen today was someone made, like, a bile spewer from Helldivers 2 look like a human.
Oh, woman yeah, I've seen that.
With a fat ass.
God.
Yeah, I've seen that.
No.
I saw that on TikTok.
And it's, like, the most traitorous thing I've seen all day.
Heresy,
indeed.
Zachary let his democracy slip out earlier when we were talking.
I did.
He had a typo, but it made it sound like he just really wanted to oil.
Oh, jeez.
I was ready.
He was
ready for
it
oil.
Literally was just like, this is so funny, lol. But the lol came out as oil or something like that.
This is so funny, oil.
Or it was like,
oh, shit.
Do you guys?
I was like, I love this or I want this, basically. So it was something along the lines of like, give me your oil.
Did you guys see that Malevolent Creek is
Yes
100% liberated and our? Did you see what our gift for that is?
Well, when I was playing, our gift for that was we had to liberate another planet or we failed the major order.
Yeah, well, no, we did fail the major order, but the gift for that is that there's now walkers on the automaton signs like AT-ATs.
There were always walkers on the automaton side.
Oh, I thought they were like, there's like bigger, badder, worse ones now.
Oh, there might be. I mean,
so there's the AT-AT and then there's the ATST. So you're talking about like Walker, like the 4-legged dog.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
okay.
There was a leak about them having gunships now, or not now, but gunships for them are coming soon. And then a hotfix dropped today that nerfed and buffed a bunch of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I was part of... I mean, I guess I wasn't part of liberating Malevolon Creek, but I was playing while that was the major order. And, like, what I really love is like, they tried to get everyone in. They were like, hey, people who are killing bugs, we need you to come fight robots. And everyone was like, yeah, it'd be a lot better if the people who were fighting bugs would come fight robots. And so when that didn't work, they were like, we need the people that are fighting at Malevelon Creek to fucking stop fighting at Malevelon Creek.
Yeah.
And engage with the rest of the order.
People don't want to stop. They don't want to give up on space Vietnam.
Yeah.
I think at one point there was 25% of all Helldivers players were at Malevolent Creek.
Exactly, yeah. Yep. Hi, Megan.
Hey, Megan.
Hey.
Hi. How you doing?
Hey, what's up? Pretty good.
What'd you have for dinner? What'd you make yourself?
You shove in your pie hole.
Yeah. Was it pie?
What did I shove in my pie? No, I wish. God. It was orzo.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah,
James
with
and I
some
just had the
parsley
exact same
and
reaction.
ooh. Yeah, it was orzo with some. My mom has been making kind of salad dressing-esque mayonnaise, so it's
Oh, dope. So like Thousand Island?
thick and not Thousand Island. It's just kind of like wetter. Yeah, but it's good. But I do have exciting news. Like I told you guys, I did win The Bachelor.
That's great.
Good for me.
Rip that poor guy and his
How much did you win again? What was the prize pool?
I don't know. Probably around it was close to 200, I think.
Nice.
So, and then I got $5 for the weeks that I was the points winner. So the weeks where I was the points winner, I think I got $15 out of that, but my buy-in was 30.
Nice.
So I made it back.
Yeah, almost
I made my
10
buy-in
times.
back.
Not 10 times.
I know. Good for me.
Almost 10 times.
My girl that won did look like Steven Tyler.
Oh my gosh.
So it was interesting
best
that
women
she
do.
did win. Yeah, I mean,
I'm totally joking.
No offense to
Unless it's Liv Tyler, in which case she can look like Steven Tyler all day.
it was just interesting that was the girl that he ended up picking, but I'm not
you
complaining.
won. In fact, you're celebrating.
You won.
You won, yeah.
And we're
I
celebrating with you.
Truly,
Yes, we are.
For you.
Your win is our
I
win,
truly
comrade.
am celebrating.
And that's as much as we can sing of that song before we get copyright stricken.
I want to do show.
Man, I really hope that this is my Facebook security pin.
Oh boy, the Facebook
Oh, yeah.
security pin.
The fucking end-to-end encryption that doesn't let me see any old messages anymore.
End-to-end encryption. Gotta keep the meta safe.
Why
the
are we
fuck?
keeping the meta safe?
I said words and broke Zachary, I think.
Yeah.
I don't, yeah. I mean, to be fair.
I just think that if Mark Zuckerberg wants to know that I'm talking about smut with my
Okay,
friends,
please.
he can know.
Use his God-given name.
Zuckerberg.
Zark Fuckerberg.
No, it's the his.
Oh yeah, sorry.
The Zuck.
He was born as
Hit him
the
with
Zuck.
the Zuck.
It's like the czar.
I just think that
I think I heard
God.
somebody call
I
him
don't-
Zark Fuckerberg one time, and I was just like,
It's real good.
I was like, that's the one I'm using. That's it. I was like, whatever we end up coming up with for him, I'm just gonna call him Zark Fuckerberg.
See, I can't
Zark.
speak his real name simply because I don't know how to talk in what is only described as a fucking barcode.
Yeah,
It's just one.
I
I
mean,
don't
you could
speak
say-
binary.
could say the same for Elon Musk
Who?
because that's that's what he'd
Elongated
prefer.
musket.
who?
Elongated musket.
Elongated musket. That's his
full name. Actually,
name.
his full name is My Daddy Bought a Diamond Mine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that actually is his
An
name.
emerald mine.
Emerald Man, thank you.
I do also love, like, he
My-
posted a thing on Twitter, because I refuse to call it what it's called. He posted a thing on Twitter that was like, can anyone tell me where I actually mentioned a mine? And then somebody, like, brought up the article where he was like, my father actually owned an emerald mine.
I'm a child of apartheid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a child of apartheid.
Child of apartheid.
I'm rich because my daddy has blood diamonds.
I named my kid
Yeah.
XEAAE12 or some shit.
Does anybody know how that was
Isn't it,
meant
like-
to be pronounced, by the way?
X
Wasn't it like Ash Angel?
112.
Imagine that kid goes to
No,
school
it was.
and, like, a teacher tries to...
They had to legally change it.
They did have to change it, yeah. Because of the special characters.
That's not even his first kid's name, because he has other kids that he
Right.
doesn't care about.
He does have several children that he doesn't give a shit about.
Are they all by Grimes or
No.
not?
XAE is the only one that he had with Grimes. And then he divorced, then she divorced him.
And then they divorced, yeah.
Yeah, please. I let the record show that Grimes came to her senses. She's fucking weird too.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
Not child of apartheid
not a
weird,
child
but
of apartheid weird, but just weird.
Not my dad owned an emerald mine. But can anybody tell
Yeah,
me
not
where I
my
actually
dad.
said that?
Not.
And then someone fucking pulls the receipts and he goes,
And he goes, "That's not true."
uh."
And then Twitter does the fact check thing, and it posts underneath, and it's like, "This is indeed a true statement." It
This
was
is a
brought
true
up,
fact.
It was brought up by Elon Musk himself in an article dating from blah 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 blah. That's always my favorite, is when they're like,
When they fact check him?
yeah,
Yeah.
or just in general. That
When
he,
his
like,
own software
yeah,
fact
I
checks
was gonna
himself?
say, like, he added the thing that like verifies like information and stuff like that when you post, and the community like can like add it and stuff like that, and it's always like used to own him or his followers.
I love
His
that.
followers will be like, no, wee, and then someone will be like, well, actually, and it's just the biggest own.
In the words of George Carlin, why don't we just fucking kill these people?
Yeah.
why don't we?
I don't.
That's where I'm at on a daily basis.
So what you're saying
It's
is
a
you
really
also
question.
rewatched The Purge recently.
No, I haven't, dude. I have never actually finished any
The
of the
first one
Purge
is the
movies. I
best
don't.
one.
Well, yeah. I've never found them enjoyable. Like,
Oh,
I like the sentiment,
the disappointment.
but like, I don't know.
I think Ethan Hawke
I
is
like-
in the first one.
I think he is too. I like, when it comes to horror movies, I like anything that could be described as like a Lovecraftian nightmare, especially when it has Nick Cage in it. And, which also, by the way, describes a lot more movies than you'd think.
Yeah.
And anything that's like cheesy horror. Like, give me fucking Evil Dead any day of the week, because I'm just like, this is so dumb, I love it.
Yeah.
Like, once it gets like over the line of horror and into camp, I'm like, this shit is the fucking best. But
So, James,
yeah.
That's me.
what did you get up to do today? What did you do today is what I meant to
What
say.
did you get up to
if
do?
my brain worked.
Well, I'll tell you what I updoed all day. I updoed.
Up, dude. What was your updo?
My updo was about in between 15 and 20 updos. I updoed work.
Yeah, go on.
Of course. I updoed eating a Pop Tart at about 11:30.
Nice.
I updoed
That's pretty good.
lunch
Nice.
at 2 p.m., where I then wrote notes down for this podcast.
Excellent, excellent.
Fuck
I
yeah.
updoed fell asleep in the cable aisle coiling cable. I updoed
Asleep in the Cable Aisle
That's
is the next
relatable.
rap album that I'm coming up with.
updoed also. We do this thing at work. Basically, I was asked like a couple weeks ago, when there was downtime, me and one of my coworker, we were asked to go into the parking lot and like pick up any like trash that had been like thrown on the ground and just sort of like clean it up a little bit. And I found this little plastic lizard, and I brought him inside, and we now have a game that's been going on for 3 weeks where I hide the lizard, and then everyone has to find him, and then I get to hide him again. So he's the cable lizard. I wrote a bunch. I wrote a bunch of riddles about him and lore about him on all of the tables in the cable aisle. So it's a lot of like when we're in the cable aisle, I get to watch people look for him, and I get to feel powerful in that moment because I know where he is because I put him there. So it was a bit of that today. A bit of that.
Nice.
A bit of hiding the lizard.
Yeah, a bit of hiding the lizard.
Been playing a little bit of hide the lizard.
And
That should be our Today in James.
and then
Today in James, James hid the lizard and not explained.
and then I
Yes,
updoed.
I love that.
What's it called? Do you guys know what pinworms are?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, basically, my other coworker was showing me this TikTok about this girl talking about pinworms because I didn't know what pinworms were. But the whole time she's talking about pinworms, she keeps singing the word pinworms. So she's like, yeah, and if you can get pinworms. Like, she does it every time. So then...
Why?
I don't know. It's the same account, Zach, that you sent me earlier, and it's like this Autism Awareness Month. It's that chick. So
that sounds about
you
right.
should go watch her video on pinworms, because then
I'm gonna have
the whole
to.
day was me and my coworker doing Mordecai and Rigby impersonations from the regular show, because I said it sounds like them, and so we just kept going, dude, pinworms.
Dude.
So yeah, pinworms. Wash your hands after you wipe your ass.
Yeah, I mean,
Will do.
was already doing.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. She was like,
Say-
the whole video
say no
was
more.
basically her being like, "This is do you want to get scared out of like biting your nails? This is what my mom told me would happen if I didn't stop biting my nails. I would get pinworms." And I was like, I've never heard of pinworms, but
I don't like this.
I already wash my hands after I shoot.
I never heard of pinworms, but I also ain't
I
fucking
already
taking
do this.
chances.
Yeah, like because that's how pink. There's other things besides pinworms. Like there's pink eye. Like there's all kinds of stuff. So I was like, what?
Bruh, I've had pink eye once, and it's awful.
Yeah, I've never had it, but I would not wish it upon anyone.
I've gotten conjunctivitis once,
It's just
and it was when I was like in fourth
inconvenient.
grade.
We had
conjunctivitis when I was a kid.
It's so
There was
the
a...
way that you have to administer the medicine is just so stupid. Like, even back then, it's like, okay, you have to pull your lower eyelid out and then put medicine in the pouch.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Medicine in my
oh,
pouch.
I had a...
Just right in the pouch.
medicine.
There's a high school aged kid where I work that like his younger brother got conjunctivitis at daycare.
Yeah.
So like
Classic place to get it.
he ends up getting it because his brother doesn't know social boundaries or
He's like, I'm gonna
how to
wipe
not
it on
spread
you.
an infectious disease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, like, I, let this kid in from school one day. And I was like, oh, you got pink eye too? And he's like, yeah, man, I love eating ass. And I was like, I know damn well that's not how you got it, first of all. And I was like, secondly,
Yeah, but like, I respect him.
I was like, secondly, you're way too young to be telling that to like a grown adult.
What's the age appropriate time to eat ass then?
It has nothing to do with when you start eating ass. My thing is,
It's when
like,
they're
he
saying
should
it,
not
too.
be that open with,
To an adult, I see.
like, I don't care. We're not strangers, but we're definitely not friends. He doesn't need to come up to me and be like, I got conjunctivitis from eating ass.
I was.
Bro, your tongue's supposed to go
Yeah,
there,
but,
not
like,
your eyeball.
You don't know that. Crop dusted your face.
You don't know.
I just gave it a
not-
good look.
You don't give it butterfly kisses.
Or do
Jesus.
you?
Or do you?
What if it's
Some
Or do
people
you?
eat
what
ass
if,
differently,
what if it's
Zach.
like a tickle fetish combined? So it's like, ooh, ticka 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 ticka.
Oh, you're right. I'm
should pro-
uncomfortable with the energy we've created in the
we should
studio today.
we should probably get started, huh?
Yes, we should.
You don't want to talk about ass eating more?
I mean,
Nah, I'm good,
dude,
homie.
we could do it all night.
Side eye story. When I was in high school, I scratched the inside of my cornea, and that was fucked up.
Oh,
Ooh,
that fucking
gross.
hurts.
Yeah, I had to like sit in a
It's yucky.
dark room with a cold pack over my eye for like 3 days.
Mm. Anyway,
All
let's
right.
fuck this pig.
Megan, you
Oink,
can.
oink,
You won't talk about eating ass, but will fuck a pig.
oink, oink.
I see you.
And I see the puff.
I'm ready.
Because I'm eating ass.
All right, Megan, count us down whenever you're ready.
It's like
right.
iCarly. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. It is like iCarly. 3, 2, 1, go. Today in James, we learned that James was shown a fidget axolotl today. He's a fine, scrunchy gentleman, and everyone should have one.
Welcome to What the Fuck, James, where we ask our friend conspiracy theories that make us go, what the fuck, James? I'm your host, Zachary, and therefore, I am not James.
I am also not James. I am Megan, but I am looking forward to see what James has brought us today on What the Fuck, James.
And I'm Matt. Today I learned that I'm also not James. But I do get the pleasure of introducing him. So, James, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me. I'm James, and today I learned that I'm James.
Nice.
Nice.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
That's honestly, it's a good problem to have.
Self-discovery is a gift.
Hey, kids.
Self-discovery is a
Be-
gift.
It's truly a
introspective.
gift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Learn about
Learn
yourself.
about yourself.
I've
Explore your
always thought,
options.
like, it's it's so weird when, like, parents are talking about their young boys growing up, and it's like, he's discovering himself, and it's like, no, that's what I'm doing as a 30-year-old man. Your son is playing with his penis.
Yeah, discovering himself.
Yeah.
Get your hands off my penis!
For having a succulent Chinese meal? This man has
That's a
just grabbed
fucking legend.
my limp penis. And you, sir, are you ready to receive my flaccid penis?
This is
Why
all.
is it-
This is all just you know.
You've seen. Please tell me you've seen that video.
I've seen
It's.
quite
No.
a few videos in my lifetime, and
Oh my god. It's a
honestly,
guy getting,
quite
like,
a few of them
arrested.
talking about penis.
That's fair.
Fair enough.
It's a guy getting arrested, and he's just like talking to the cops, but his voice is so like radio announcer, and he's just like, "This man has grabbed my penis."
He's completely unhinged.
It's
The
hilarious.
voice you were doing reminded me of the TikToks that me and Zachary have sent to each other a few times, where it's like the wizard, and he's just like, "I cast testicular torsion."
I cast
Oh, yeah.
mend butt crack.
Whoa!
No.
And butt
Yeah.
crack.
I cast moldy clothes.
I found the video, so
I don't
I will
like
send
this.
it in the.
Thanks. We're off to a ripping start
We
here.
are off to a really great start. All right, guys, we have played. First of all, we've reset our strikes to 0, and James, as your guest on the podcast, I just want to remind everyone who's listening at home that you earn a strike when you make a joke that we think is in poor taste or like a really bad pun or so on and so forth. And if you get 3, you stop talking for the rest of the podcast. So our strikes have been reset to 0. We played rock, paper, scissors for the order. And typically we'll just have our guests be here in a space to make jokes with us. Not often do they bring their own stories, but James, leading up to this, said that he wanted to. He had a story that he wanted to bring to our attention, so we figured we would give him
Here
the
we are.
opportunity to go first tonight. So, James, whenever you're ready, you can take it away.
Let me open up my book.
Your book?
Yep.
There's a whole
Get
book.
the book.
The man has a
No,
book.
there's a book.
I feel like we're about to be in that scene, or literally in the entirety of Princess Bride, where we're just being read to.
My
Get a
fellow,
fucking blank.
my fellow what the fuck historians. I approach
us.
you today
Yes.
with a story that's got it all.
Okay.
Murder, war,
Yeah.
famine,
Okay.
imperialism,
I hear
fascism,
you. Yes.
and of course,
Amazing.
pornography.
America!
Oh, yes.
Fuck
I'm
yeah!
here.
For a second, I was thinking he was talking about the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
Yeah, the fourth horseman, pornography.
and then he changed it to
Pornography.
imperialism, and I was like, that's not one of the Four Horsemen.
I mean, it could, honestly,
But it could
It's
be.
close
It's,
enough.
war. It's in there with war somewhere.
He's like, war, famine, imperialism, and I was like, oh, okay.
I'm glad imperialism
Yeah.
is the one you got hung up on and not pornography.
No, pornography
just when it was
definitely,
getting good.
like, it would have
No,
been
it was there.
it would have been a sharp right turn at the Four Horsemen.
I think pornography is less of, like, maybe in Texas, it's one of the Four Horsemen. That just seems like, you know,
No,
one
one
of
of
the
the four
angels
horsemen
to
of
most
Texas
people.
is liberals.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
Colored
also
hair,
books.
and
Pornography is one
Yeah,
of the
reading.
That's their-
Four Horsemen in Utah.
Utah, yeah. Wherever there's Mormons.
That and soaking. Anyways, sorry for interrupting.
no, you're-
Soaking is not one of the Four Horsemen. That's one of the saviors. That's like a king to Brigham
Yeah.
Young.
now, why don't you soak into this a little bit? I'm here to talk to you about.
Oh my god. I'm debating on giving him a strike for that one, but he's the main guy.
I think
Wait,
I'll
let this
second
man
it.
cook.
I think it's a strike.
Oh man,
No, let this
let
man
me
cook.
cook. Let me cook.
I mean, keep cooking.
I'm
Alright, I'm
talking
letting you cook.
today about domino effects.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
and there is if you've been around in the internet as I have, there's a popular one. It's sort of tangented or segmented into like a couple different parts, but there is just like a one that's brought up a lot, and so I'm gonna talk to you guys about that one.
Okay.
Okay.
Now I can either tell you what it fully is right now, or we can just go. You can hop on the train and take this ride with me.
So yeah, I think
Surprise
it's
us.
always worked a little bit better when we just bury the lead a bit. So I think if you just go.
All right. Well, anyways, so we all know Archduke Ferdinand,
Anyway.
right? And he was murdered.
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard
Take
of
me
him.
out.
Take me out,
Yep. Take me out.
Franz Ferdinand. Shout out. He was murdered, which led to, as we all know, World War One, WW1.
Yeah. The war to end all wars.
The war,
they call
WW.
it.
war to end all wars. Now, did that war end all wars? The answer is no. The Allies won, and the Treaty of Versailles was imposed on Germany. Now, what happened after that, you say? Tension. Tension between Germany and the rest of the
Sexual
Europe.
tension.
Sexual tension between Germany and all of Europe. And one man took advantage of that and rose to power. His name?
Hitler.
Adolf. Yes, we all know. Short section. He promised. He
We've
promised
all heard of
power.
good old
He's
Adolf.
like, elect me, and Germany said, honestly, sure. Japan looked at
Fun fact:
Germany.
he wasn't even German.
No, but he was a failed art student.
He was.
Much like me, my freshman
He
year.
was.
Japan.
I like the self-deprecation
was a
there. It's just like, you know,
self-deprecation
it
that I
is
was
what it
not
is.
expecting.
Japan looks at Germany and goes, you know what? We should expand our empire too. And they join the Axis side. Whoa, who would have saw it coming?
Yeah.
Now,
I didn't.
if you don't know, World War II happens.
Oh, I never would have guessed.
Yeah.
And Japan does this little thing called Pearl Harbor. It's not really that great. And so the U.S. retaliates with the Oppie Toppie special. The Oppie Toppie.
The Oppie Toppie
That is in
special.
bold
Yep,
capital
I hear
letters
you.
in my notes. Which
yeah.
leads to Japan retreating and the war ending. When the war ends,
Nice.
Japan falls under U.S. occupation. During that occupation, American soldiers bring Western comic books, cartoons, and other art that helps influence the culture of Japan and their up-and-coming artists. Post-World War II, also the Americans sort of impose new laws in Japan, and one of the biggest ones being new censorship laws. Basically, like, there was just, like, you couldn't, like, depict a lot of different things, which they, I guess, had been able to get away with for a long time.
Yeah, because censorship is always a good thing, right?
So, artists...
that never
I love
It
backfires.
never backfired. Keep
never
the people down and
backfires.
keep them virgins. That's what I always say.
It's worked for me
Yep, that's
so
what
far.
the whole state of Utah says.
So artists obviously rebelled, found loopholes, created what's called doujinshi, / what we know today as modern hentai. Hentai has existed all the way back. I think the earliest was 1781 by Katao Shigemasa in this thing called Program of Erotic No Plays. They're woodblock carvings. But the most famous one was in 1814. It's called The Dream of Fisherman's Wife. And it depicts a woman engaging in sexual intercourse with two octopuses. Octopi.
I actually
Yeah.
knew about
So-
that because
Oh,
art history.
yeah, art history. And it's one of those things where it's like hentai did exist, like tentacle porn did exist already, but what we classify as like modern day hentai basically came from the censorship laws in World War II. To quote Toshio Maeda, a long-standing artist and enthusiast of doujinshi, tentacle isn't a penis. Tentacle isn't a penis. His words.
That's true. It just looks a little
looks
like
a little
it.
like it.
But it's technically not.
And so
Not only is it technically not, it's biologically not a penis.
And after that,
Listen, on a male octopus, one of
That's
them
true.
is.
One of
That's
them
true. That is
is-
true.
What you don't know, you have a
It's
1 in 8
Russian
chance
roulette.
of getting the real. It's a Russian roulette of getting the real octopus peen.
Cock roulette.
So
Octopi
roulette.
cock roulette
We-
coming
cock
to
roulette.
a game store near you.
we're walking a thin line. Oh my god, that would be a great game.
Wishlist now on Steam.
Wishlist now. I can't wait until it go. I hope Larian comes out with it. It would be amazing.
Octopus.
Larian Studios.
Larian.
Studios cock
Yeah, they were
roulette.
like, we don't want to make Baldur's Gate 3 DLC. Instead, we're gonna make Octopus Cock Roulette.
Octopus Cock Roulette. It's the game that the people have actually
Begging
been yelling for.
I was gonna say, look, if
Absolutely
Balatro
begging
can be as
for.
popular as it is, I think we got something here.
And so, tentacle porn becomes a major fetish after the laws relax. And so that is
Okay.
part one of the domino effect. That is how the murder of Archduke Ferdinand led to the rise of modern day hentai in the world that we know. Now,
Oh my god. This is only Domino 1.
Domino 1. Well, it's
I hate
yeah.
If
Well, you
Domino
can't-
1
it's not a
is,
domino
or if
effect.
the first part of the domino effect is tentacle porn, I hate to see where we're gonna end up.
now you might be asking
I'm
yourself,
fucking.
where's the next domino? Where does he go after World War II? Easy, 9/11. So,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
9/11. Easy. Simple question.
simple answer. 9/11. Never forget.
Simple
It
question.
happens.
9/11.
It happens.
It happens.
And
It sure does.
a young Cartoon Network intern / comic writer Gerard Way sees it happen in front of him.
Gerard Way.
Oh my God.
Now,
He was coming in.
Gerard
My Chemical
Way.
Romance.
This is my domino. Gerard Way goes on to create
Yeah, don't take
My
this from
Chemical
him.
Romance. Yes, as you pointed out. Now, MCR,
Yep. And
if you
Umbrella
haven't
Academy.
heard, wildly popular. And who
Wildly
listened
popular.
to MCR? Oh, but a young Mormon woman by the name of Stephanie Myers. And she's listening.
Fuck me.
No.
She's listening to Mind Chemical
She's trying to
Romance,
soak.
and she's kind of soaking. And she's
Listening.
having a famous dream about
Yep.
a boy vampire and a girl, and they love each other, but they can't because he wants her blood. And so what does she do with all of that? She creates a book. That book, you say?
That
Twilight.
sexual energy.
Now,
Yes.
the Twilight book gains big popularity, and this is let me preface. This right now is where the domino splits and fractures into two branch dominoes.
Oh, fuck.
So we have two
This
timelines.
is
Branch
where in my notes
dominoes.
it says in all caps timeline shift. So this is
Timeline
timeline 1,
shift.
also known as the all-around theory, the circular theory. This is so the 9/11 MCR boom 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 Twilight. The Twilight book gets so popular, it becomes Twilight movies. Boom, we get 4 of those, 5 of those, 4 of those.
We get a lot
And
of them.
who's one of the lead actors in the Twilight movies? One but Robert Pattinson himself. One but Robert Pattinson
Yeah.
himself, Mr. Pattinson.
Famously
Batman,
related
the
to
Batman.
Emperor Hirohito.
Now we jump. Pattinson's going in and out of movie roles. He's going through different things. What does he land? He lands the movie Tenet, the palindrome movie with Christopher
My
Nolan
God.
at the head.
Oh my god.
That movie comes out. And at the wrap party, what does Robert Pattinson give one Christopher Nolan? A book, a pamphlet actually, of speeches from one J. Robert Oppenheimer. Which
I
inspires
can't believe
what
it.
which inspires Christopher Nolan to read Modern Prometheus, which then leads him to make what movie? Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer.
And we're back at World War II, baby!
Dang. Time is a flat circle.
Time is a flat circle, and it all starts with bombs. Now, to drop a...
And it ends
and
with
ends
them,
with
too.
bombs, not to shift. Shit, let's peer back a little bit
Now, yeah, we gotta shift
Let's
back to the other
rewind.
timeline.
Oh my god.
and hop back over to where the timeline shift occurred. Twilight.
Okay.
It all starts with Twilight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Twilight. The
Jeez.
book comes out. The movies come out. It spawns a huge fandom, as most things do. And what do people do in fandoms of things? They create art. They create different things. One of those things is fan fiction. Now,
That's
one
true.
of the most popular Twilight fan fictions of all time was an office-style one, where it takes place in an office. And that became so popular, it got published. Now, to publish things, you gotta change the, especially fan fictions, you gotta change the names and maybe some things. Otherwise, you get sued. What does that turn into? Right. 50 Shades of Grey.
Yes.
The books
Yes.
start coming out. 50 Shades of Grey books
That-
get turned into movies.
That pause was everything.
Those movies, who stars in those movies? One DJ, Dakota
Patterson.
Johnson.
Oh,
He
yeah,
was
yeah.
in Peru. He was in the jungle with my mom when she studied spiders. That's the line from Madam Web. That Dakota Johnson.
Oh my god.
Now, 50 Shades, it blows up. Dakota Johnson rises to popularity. Good old DJ famous. What does she do? She goes on Ellen DeGeneres, which also happens to be Dakota Johnson's birthday party on that episode. Ellen's all like,
Oh.
I wasn't invited, Dakota. And that's where the famous lines were uttered by Dakota Johnson. Ellen, that's not true. Fucking,
Ellen,
that's
oh, yeah.
not true. Blew the fucking lid. That's just the tip of the iceberg. Everyone was like, Ellen's not genuine. Ellen's a liar. The show needs to be looked into a little more. Turns out, Show is an actual nightmare. Show is an actual nightmare. People getting treated.
Not just the show, but Ellen herself.
Yeah, causes the show to end. Ratings tank. A lot of things came to light about how she mistreated and played favoritism to a bunch of different guests. And so Ellen's career comes to an end. And that is the end of Timeline 2. 9/11 was the downfall of Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Now, questions, comments, and concerns?
I'm just concerned at the
flabbergasted.
next, like, dominoes.
Oh, the next dominoes is there's no more dominoes. There's 3.
Okay.
There's 3
There's-
dominoes.
What?
9/11.
Well, it's like they're all
part of
they're
them-
all tangentially connected because World War II goes. I mean, Archduke Ferdinand goes all the way to hentai and World War II ending, and World War II causes the atomic race and thermonuclear weapons being made, which is like an indirect cause of 9/11. Like it's indirectly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then then all the 9/11 stuff happens. And then we get to Oppenheimer.
9/11 causes Oppenheimer.
9/11 is the reason the movie Oppenheimer was made. And 9/11 ended Ellen DeGeneres' career. And Archduke Ferdinand is the reason why modern hentai exists. There you go. Those are your 3 points.
Wow.
I'm flabbergasted.
Listen,
Flabber-
I did a lot of
flabbergasted
research.
is
You
a
got
good
questions? Let me hear them.
Absolutely. I do want to say, like, I had notes written out for the rest of this episode, and I looked back at my Google Doc, and for some reason, the only note for this episode now is it all just porn in the end?
The answer is yes.
The answer, I think, is
Is
yes.
Probably.
So I think I want to, like, my whole thing is, again, like, I knew about The Fisherman's Wife
Yes.
because I also went to art school with you, James.
We were
there
there.
We were
together.
there.
Tangentially.
Together but separate. Yeah, tangentially.
Much like the dominoes.
I'm like, so, because I know there was also, like, other, not, like, sexual paintings of the era. Was the one, the Fisherman's Wife one, was that, like, was there any discourse on how people reacted to that at first? Of, like,
No.
hey, this guy's, like, was he, like, were they, like, man, this guy's on
No,
to
'cause-
something, let him fucking cook? Or were they were like, huh?
Well, because he wasn't the first. Like, it's the most famous one.
Okay.
But he wasn't the first.
Yeah,
the
okay.
farthest back I could find was 1781, where The Dream of Fisherman's Wife is 1814. 1781, this guy, Katao Shigemasa, had Program of Erotic No Plays, and is just more woodblock art of fucking sex.
Yeah.
In the way that, like, is just, like, a type of art that they made back then, and they were cool. I think that's also probably why the U.S. introduced the censorship laws, because, like, Japan was pretty down with sex, Like, they were kind of...
I know.
Oh, yeah.
They were women were topless in Japan, like, way before Europeans got there.
I mean, I feel
And
like
they, like,
most people outside
covered
of
up
America are pretty okay with sexuality.
yeah, it's the Puritans in us.
Ugh. So we can lead the domino back to the Puritans sucking too. Okay, I'm cool with this now. I've looped
All right.
back
You
around
looped-
on how great
yeah.
this is.
We've added another domino.
Yeah, you've moved back around. It's all good.
I don't have questions about your conspiracy theories, but I did want to loop back to Ellen DeGeneres being an awful person.
Yeah.
One of the things that has made me laugh the hardest in recent months was Steve, friend of the show, Steve. You guys will remember Steve. We've talked about him on What the Fuck James a lot. And he sent me a GIF of fuck, I can't remember the actor's name, but he plays in The Good Doctor. But it's from like when he was young, and he's playing like 2 recorders out of his nostrils.
Oh, John Cena.
And no, it's not John Cena. But it cuts from like him, and it's just Ellen, and she's looking at him like if she could kill him in that moment, she would have. And
Yikes.
like it's the best thing that Steve has ever sent. It just took me so off kilter, like it took me off guard, that I died. Like I had to leave my room upstairs because people were sleeping, and I could not stop myself from like busting
You were busting?
a gut.
Busted a gut.
Oh Lord, he busted.
Oh
he
Lord,
busted.
he
Zachary,
busted.
I have the full answers here for you if you want, if you're still interested.
Yes,
All right,
absolutely.
so some of the earliest tentacle erotica were woodblock prints, such as Katao Shigemasa's Program of Erotic No Play, 1781, and Shunsho's Katsukawa's Lust of Many Women on 1,000 Nights in 1786.
Some great
Lust of
titles.
Many Women.
Jeez.
They are examples of shunga,
Many
which is
women.
Japanese erotic woodblock art. Although, fun fact, a lot of Western audiences interpreted the designs as rape, whereas Japanese audiences of the Edo period view it as consensual. A lot of
I mean, I think that says a lot about the mindset,
Yeah.
but yes, go on.
There's also the story Tamatori steals the Dragon King's jewel, and that also has a thing. During her escape, the Dragon King and his sea life minions, including octopi, pursue her. The dialogue in the illustration shows the diver and the 2 octopuses expressing mutual enjoyment. Contemporary censorship in Japan dates to the Meiji period. The influence of European Victorian culture was a catalyst for legislative interest in public sexual practices. Then the World War II stuff happened. The legal prescriptions against pornography therefore derive from the nation's penal code. Presently, obscenity is still prohibited. How this term is interpreted, however, has not remained constant. While exposed genitalia and, until recently, pubic hair is illegal, the diversity of permissible sexual acts is now fairly wide relative to other liberal democracies. The full quote from Toshio Maeda that I found is... The quote that I just took was "tentacle isn't a penis," but the full quote is, "It was illegal to create a sensual scene in bed. I thought I should do something to avoid drawing such a normal sensual scene, so I just created a creature. His tentacle is not a penis as a pretext. I could say as an excuse, this is not a penis, this is just a part of the creature. You know, the creatures, they don't have a gender. A creature is a creature, so it's not obscene, not illegal."
Hell
A creature
yeah.
is a creature.
A thing I didn't...
I too am a
A thing I
creature.
didn't include was how right around the time like post World War II was also the rise of animation in Japan, with Astro Boy being the first anime to come out, and it was inspired by like Betty Boop and like Mickey Mouse cartoons from America, and so that just like took off. And so then in 1985 the first tentacle erotica OVA came out called Dream Hunter Rem. For those at home that want to look it up.
I mean, hey, if that's your
Yeah,
bag.
if that's your bag, go for it. Just figure I'd name drop it for you.
See, I'm also reeling because while I'm listening to you talk about this, I have also been like going hard on like listening to something where it explains all the plot of Metal Gear. So like my brain is just racked with what the fuck right now.
He's
on
just
all
racked
sides.
with knowledge. He's just got too much rattling around in there.
Between the Metal Gear and hentai, I'm just like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, dude.
Yep.
Much like Zach, I feel like I had notes for a regular episode of What the Fuck James, but I don't have any interest in continuing.
I see.
I don't think I can.
I
What
have
do you
been.
mean?
I don't
I
have
have
it in
been
me.
hyping this up for so
don't
long.
You guys
I
need to
know.
understand that this has been like James literally last year was like, I've got something that I want to talk to you guys about.
I know. He's been so ready.
He's been like, he's more ready for this than he is to give a dissertation on the lore of Naruto to our entire
Well,
D&D
actually,
group.
hold on about that because I am
Honest.
also ready for that.
Yeah. Yeah, but like, is James ready to tie in how the dropping of the atomic bombs led to Naruto as well?
I feel like it's pretty much the same pathway except minus the tentacle porn.
I don't know. I mean,
is it
the
minus
tentacle
the
porn might
tentacle
be
porn?
I don't think
surprising.
you can. Once you introduce tentacle
Orochimaru's-
porn, there is no minusing it. So I think it's just there.
That is true.
You know
Yeah,
what
I
else?
mean,
You know
there.
what
No,
else?
you're
It's just
right. It's
always
kind
there.
of like the theory of time
Yeah,
travel,
it's like
where it's
Sisyphus.
like
I mean, what?
you don't get to go back to a time when time travel didn't exist.
Exactly.
One must imagine hentai porn happy.
You know what else
We
the
mu-
dropping of the, you know what else the dropping of the bomb introduced?
What?
Godzilla. Sorry,
Yeah?
that's just my hyperfixation at the moment.
Oh no,
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, but that's been a known
I
thing.
mean, Godzilla is,
That's
Oh
is
no,
literally
there
a
goes
part
given.
of
Tokyo.
the
Go,
lore.
go, Godzilla.
Go Godzilla. Go censorship laws. Go tentacle erotica.
Go tentacle porn.
Please call it as it is.
Gadget
Erotica.
tentacle.
Go
porn.
Erotica.
gadget.
Here,
tentacle
absolutely.
It's, yes, this has some class here. It's not porn. It's erotica.
It started
Guys,
as
I'm
woodblock
sorry,
art.
okay?
Come on.
Woodblock art. I just think that that's kind of beautiful.
It is.
That's
the
where
woodblock art is really
Yeah,
beautiful.
tentacle
That's where it
erotica
comes from?
began with woodblock
Here,
art.
here's the image.
Okay.
It is like kind
No,
of a
yeah.
nice image. It's like very sensual, but like not in a disgusting
it's
way, I
like,
guess.
I don't look at it and go, man, I could beat off to this. It's, wow, that's good art.
But it's also
Yeah, but if you were in
like
the
Yeah.
if you were in the Edo period,
But if you were in
you'd
the
be
Edo
beating off to
period
that
of
shit.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
1814, you were like, yeah.
that octopus is
Well,
also
yeah,
better
if you
looking
were-
than
baby.
DJ Khaled. So,
Oh, that is true.
that's true.
Yeah, well,
guys, in case you don't
But yeah,
understand
if
the joke
you
that
were,
I
like-
just made, DJ Khaled historically, canonically said that he has never pleasured a woman orally.
yeah, he doesn't perform
What a
cunnilingus,
fucking
but you know
asshole.
who does? Smash Mouth.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're an
that's-
You know
all-star.
who
You know who
does
does?
That's
that
what their
octopus?
entire name is
Octopi.
based on. Octopi from
Yeah.
Octopi from the Edo period.
You know who does?
Octopi from the Edo period. Good job.
Decoy octopus. Sorry, that's just me talking about my fascinations again. Never mind.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's
Good guy
fucking
octopus
wild.
over here.
Octopus like Revolver Ocelot.
Decoy octopus is a boss in Metal Gear Solid, the first one that you never actually meet.
Oh, he's the. Okay, yeah, I know that one.
You know exactly who I'm
yeah.
talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
It all loops back.
Listen, I'm not. I guess what I'm here to say is like. The tentacles are in places that you probably didn't think of.
Yeah.
You look at something.
And some that you did.
Yeah, some you are well aware of, and then some you look at it and you didn't know that a tentacle has been there. It's the
It's very tasteful. Like the
Oops.
woodblock stuff is
Oops,
very
all tentacles.
tasteful.
oops, all tentacle erotica. You can connect, I think, anything to tentacle erotica is what I'm basing it on.
If you try hard enough, it's like the steps
That's
to Kevin
true.
Bacon.
Yeah.
You know?
It's 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, but with tentacle erotica.
And it's like we said, there's, it's all tangential. I mean, 9/11,
Yeah.
World War II,
yeah, no.
9/11.
Yeah.
It's all
leads to
born of
Oppenheimer.
everything.
9/11 also leads
And
to
Oppenheimer
the fall of Ellen
Oppenheimer
DeGeneres.
will eventually lead to another wave of tentacle erotica.
Who's to say it's not happening
God.
right now?
It could be because Oppenheimer was just released.
Actually, what
in
Oppenheimer led
Japan.
to was Godzilla -1 is actually what
That's
I
true.
want to talk about.
Yeah.
And how that is
Hell
a
yeah.
double feature.
Oppenheimer and Godzilla -1.
Yes, they're indirectly sequels to each other.
They're
I
definitely
love
related
that.
to each other. Can't have one without the other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Jeez.
So anyways,
Well, that was.
Well, I'm fucking tapped.
Oh man, so at the top of this article, it says this article is about the pornographic genre for the geometric phenomenon. See tendril perversion. And I'm curious what that is.
Tendril perversion is the name of my new punk band.
Is, like, when I really wanted to do, like, for my like capstone project when I was getting my bachelor's, I wanted to like talk about how like actual cultural stuff had influenced anime and like pop culture in China and Japan. And all the articles that I found had like great titles. It was just like, you know, cat girls and communism, you know, how cat girls and communism, how Japan and China, you know, went to war. And then like it was the most boring article on the face of the planet and didn't actually tell you anything about how like wood blocks influenced like how Japan sees sexuality. Because, like, we are joking, but it is pretty important to know that, like, Japan is a sensual nation.
Yeah, they don't shy away from
things. They do really like this. Yeah, they don't shy. And they've always found ways around censorship. But, like, no one thinks about that. No, because
they look at it and go, haha.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's laughing. It's like they're actually doing something, like, extremely, like... No, it's not underhanded, but like they saw a rule and they didn't like it, and they were like, "Oh, okay. Well, people still want to like look at this stuff."
And all fairness, isn't that how
are we gonna do it, boys?
A lot of great art is made as in direct rebellion of censorship. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
I mean, it is.
All good art has something to say, and if your something to say is "fuck you," we should be able to do what we want that is culturally relevant to us.
Fuck you, tentacle erotica.
Fuck you, tentacle erotica. Yeah, like If that's the sentiment, then it has something to say.
Yeah, I know I just went off about a whole bunch of different things in a sort of joking matter, but like, yeah, in all seriousness, like.
It is cool. Like, it is a cool thing that they are doing and that, like, does exist. And I don't really understand why articles, like academic articles that are written about how, like, older things have influenced pop culture in these countries are so fucking boring.
Because they don't have me writing it.
Yeah.
That's true. Like, honestly, if the way that you told the story was just written down, but with, like, footnotes to back it up, I just don't see why that's wrong.
You don't want to read an article that says
keep
the
people's
Oppie Toppie
interest.
Special in capital letters?
Oh, I do.
I'm saying the opposite.
That's all I ever wanted, and I didn't know it until tonight.
Yeah, like, I want to read that article.
Also, Cat Girls and Communism, also my new band name.
I love that.
Cat Girls and Communism,
that's my new ska band name.
It's good.
I can't wait to skank to some Cat Girls and Communism.
What was my other band name? Muscle Mommy Asterisk?
Muscle Mommy Asterisk, yeah.
Muscle Mommy Asterisk.
And what did we say that was?
That's really good.
Midwest emo?
It's not Midwest emo. I actually
Midwest
think
emo,
it's post-rock.
Yeah, you're right.
It's my shoegaze.
Jeez. All right, and with that, I don't know what else we can say.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot more I could say about this.
I just want other things.
Well, I mean, yeah, we could sit here and shoot the shit for the next, however long.
Fair enough.
But I don't know if we want to do that as part of a regular recording or if we want to do that after for an After Dark. So I'm going to end the podcast here.
If you want me to come back, make it heard.
Yeah, if you want James to come back for another episode,
let us know in the comment section.
Let us know in the comments. Zach's gonna do our social stuff now. So Zach, do the social stuff.
So if you liked what you heard from us and all of our ridiculousness,
it's also important to note if this is your first episode, it's an April Fool's episode, guys. So
Yeah,
they're not all like this.
Wow.
What?
What?
You can follow us on all our socials. You can find us on Instagram at _triumvirate_productions. You can find us on Facebook by looking up the Triumvirate Productions. And you can also find us on Patreon with patreon.com/Triumvirate Productions, where if you join either the 2, 3, or 2 or 3 strike levels, you're going to get some bonuses, including the After Dark specials, which we mentioned here, and uncut episodes. The 1 strike level is just, you appreciating us, and we appreciate you, but
that's what we appreciate.
The bonus content
about you.
comes. That's what we appreciate about you. But James, where can people find you, and what are you working on?
Oh boy. Well, fuck. I wasn't ready for this.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. You know what? I'll be selfish. I'll plug. If
Yeah.
you're,
Yeah,
yeah,
you should.
I will. You know what? I will. If you want to hear more film takes, you can find me on Letterboxd at Kahlua. Actually, what is it? At James the Joke. That's my Letterboxd. I post reviews for films because I'm a dirty, stinky film major. If you want to see other hot takes, I'm on Twitter at Kahlua Pork. Instagram at jame.mp4. I'm sure that'll be in the description, but it's jaem.mp4. And then I stream on twitch.tv/James_the_joke. Yeah. Twitch.tv/James_the_joke. It's complicated. Twitch sucks. But I stream games mostly because I've never played them before, so I want to share that. But yeah, that's about it.
I was saying, you were doing your fucking Kingdom Hearts run for a long ass
Yeah,
time.
I had
God,
to take
yeah.
a break
Yeah,
because
you were.
Chain of Memories made me want to actually brick my own PC. And
He wanted to kill himself in Minecraft.
yeah, in Minecraft, and then bring Sora there and kill him too. So yeah, currently we were doing Kingdom Hearts. I will go back and finish that, but yeah, I mostly talk dumb and talk fast. So that's my whole thing. If you like movies and entertainment, that's usually what I'm talking about.
Cool.
Awesome.
I just wanted to take a minute before we close this episode out to thank our sponsor, James. James paid 25 cents to be the sponsor of this episode, and so I just want to say thank you, James, for your continued support.
Of course.
And with that,
And if anyone else wants to sponsor an episode, know that we're 25 cents cheap.
we certainly are.
Yeah, we
It
are
was,
25
I
cents.
only had 50 cents, so I gave the last one a kiss, and it kind of covered up for it.
Yeah.
Who
And
we
then-
smooched will never tell.
I don't kiss and tell, but I do make tentacle erotica.
Who would?
All right. I'm going to close out this episode the
He's
same
doing
way
the
we
Lord's
do
work.
every episode by saying the question that we always say, which is, what the fuck, James?
Ah, sorry.
All right, I'm gonna count
I
us
think
out.
we're going to keep recording. Is that the plan?
I mean, I can talk for like
I don't
another
know.
10, 15 minutes
Yeah, I
for
can-
sure.
Yeah,
but, like,
I'd
I do
say
have to-
shoot the
count
shit.
us
Yeah.
out to the end of the episode, but then we could just shoot the shit for another
Okay.
like 15.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll count us out right now. So 3, 2, 1, stop.
That's the end of the episode.
But we're not really stopping, so here
Yeah.
we are.
I think that was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was good.
Fucking
Thanks
ridiculous.
for doing that, James.
That was hilarious.
That was so
Looking
funny.
forward to it.
You're
That was
never
fucking
really
great.
you're never really sure what to do when someone spouts conspiracy theories at you. I was not
It's
prepared.
Yeah,
Really
it's just
true.
actually
I
true.
was not prepared for the left turn into the 9/11.
No, neither was I.
I wasn't expecting it.
It's like something possessed my body.
9/11. Logically, that is what comes next.
Yes. Fucking
Yeah.
hell.
Logically. If we're looking at the logic of it all.
Oh, they're gonna be like, what the fuck? This is great.
Yeah, it should be a good time.
Yeah, it's the perfect amount of insanity, for sure.
I think our listeners are pretty vocal, too, about, like... I mean,
What they
what's really
like and
fun
don't
is
like.
that the other day somebody asked a question and one of the other listeners was immediately like, oh, that was the...
April Fool's episode.
April Fool's episode where Megan just talked about Reagan the whole time. So they do listen to, like, the full...
They listen, which is I know this is like this means no disrespect, but it's just like crazy sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People
People,
listen, and
not
that's
only
kind of
that,
wild.
but, like, some of them are on their second or third listen through of, like, our entire podcast. Which
Yeah,
is
that's
insane.
wild to me.
It doesn't make any sense to me, specifically.
It's just Nafi, is that what you said? Jeez.
Dang.
I got that. Ugh. It's just Nafi, and then coming to complain about the sound quality later.
Who?
Yeah, Nafi was a guy that James and I used to work with.
Oh, okay.
Oh, like, did he actually like it?
Yeah, he did. He listened to every episode.
Does he still?
Oh, I was like,
I think so. I mean, I don't see why he wouldn't.
I was like, I can't tell if you're joking.
No, we're
Did
being
he
serious.
actually hate it?
Yeah.
That's nice, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Steve is also a super fan, which is really nice.
Yeah.
I don't think Steve listens to every episode, like, more than once, but...
No. I don't, like, I appreciate the people that do. I think that's fucking wild.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. I
But,
just think it's
hey, more
weird
power
that
to
people,
'em.
like, have been able to identify me via my voice.
Yeah.
Like, when Megan and I went to that party in Boston, and they were like, oh, you do the podcast with Zach. And I was like, I'm sorry. What?
Wait, what? You know me? Yeah, no, it's wild when shit like
Yeah.
that happens. But
Yeah, I think it was very strange for me because I literally had never met those people.
you were like, I don't even know who you are.
I think like it was Alana who came up
Just a
to
woman
me.
that was secretly railed.
I was a woman who was secretly railed. I want a better dress. I think that's gonna be my forever Halloween costume, but I just
You
need
need a
like
better
maybe
dress?
a better dress.
A better dress.
So that she can be a woman who is secretly railed.
Well, like, should I continue being a Regency slut?
I think so.
Or
I think you
I
could.
think so.
okay,
You could.
or
You
should
could
I
do it.
like
Yeah.
get? I think I should just like I've had that dress for a while.
You gotta branch out with your
So-
dresses.
Different dress.
Yeah, I mean, I can just like listen. Bridgerton had like 6 ladies who were secretly railed, so I could it's one for every day of the week.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, like, what are dresses for other than to be railed in?
Yeah.
That's probably one of my more inspired jokes.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
It is almost sundress season, so.
I think what made
Oh yeah, the Georgia sundresses.
that costume really fun was just like it was supposed to be a secret, but you told everyone.
You're so bad at getting secretly railed.
It's not so much a
That's
secret.
the joke, though. That's the joke.
I mean, I know it was
Everyone
the joke.
knows.
I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, everyone has to know.
You gotta know. What's the point?
Exactly.
I'm trying to find knee pads and
Jesus.
hand pads for rollerblading because I've come to the conclusion that my problem in rollerblading is that I'm scared to fall, and I'm scared to fall because I don't want to ruin my knee.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think anyone
But
does.
if I have protection, you know,
Always use protection.
then the ground can't secretly rail me.
It wouldn't be a secret if the ground was railing you.
Yeah.
That's
Megan, are you
That's
trying
true.
to learn
No,
to
you-
rollerblade? Yeah.
I got rollerblades last year, and we rollerbladed all summer. We went to like the rail trails,
Hell yeah.
and I haven't really fallen, but
But all
I
of a
am
sudden
still
now
like
you're
kind
scared.
of. No, I want to learn how to go like faster.
Gotta go fast?
And
Yeah.
like be more. Yeah, and like be a little bit more fluid
Yes, I get
on
you.
them. Instead of like kind of being worried that I'm going to eat shit.
This is
Yeah.
not something about my backstory, and so it won't affect me at all. And I'm fairly confident that my younger brother doesn't listen to my podcast, nor does he care that I have one. When we were younger,
Has your brother eaten
he
shit?
was enrolled in like a whole course to learn how to do tricks on roller skates.
That's awesome.
Holy shit.
And he used to be able to do like a cannonball, where like
What does that mean?
he would just be on skates and then he'd be able to like curl up into a ball and then like put his foot out, and then I think he stopped because either his friend like stopped going or he got bored of it. I don't know exactly what happened, but yeah.
Damn. That's wild.
That's crazy.
That's a course?
Yeah, I mean, it was when we were kids. I don't know now if there are like readily available courses for learning.
Well, there should be.
I
There
mean,
should be
there
adult
probably
sleepaway
are.
camp, and
Adult sleepaway camp.
dude, I would give anything for a week of sleepaway camp.
Dude, that's just a vacation.
As an adult?
Well, no, but like you know what I mean, like a tent and like outdoorsy classes.
So camping. Oh, got it.
Like,
got it.
I went
Oh.
to Boy Scout camp for like fucking 8 years, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, man, the high of that, please.
Yeah. Did you?
Like,
weren't
yeah,
you an
that's-
Eagle Scout?
I get what you
You
mean.
went all the
I
way
am
to
an
Eagle,
Eagle
didn't
Scout, yeah.
you? Yeah.
I am an Eagle
Is
Scout.
that what you're looking for?
What?
Like, are you looking for adult Eagle Scout?
Yeah, I like want a reason to be told, get up, it's 7 a.m. You have to go for a hike and then go do archery later.
Zach wants all those. I don't know if you guys have ever seen those posts on Facebook where it's like me and the boys just created men scouts, and I just got a merit badge for having too many HDMI cables in a box.
Men's
Yeah, that's
Scouts is so funny.
Zach wants that.
Yeah, but I also want to do archery.
I want to be a.
I
I wanna be a
the
man
last
scout.
time that I spoke with my older brother, he had just taken up doing archery, and he said that he's been going to like the range to shoot, bows and arrows and shit like that. But everyone that's in there is doing it with like a compound bow for like Olympic style archery, and he's just in there with a regular
long
bow and
bow?
arrow.
Fuck yeah.
He's
Longbow
like-
supremacy.
He's like, people are just looking at me weird, so I don't know how long I'll keep up with it.
No. He's got to keep up with it. But you gotta prove that the longbow is the superior device. I fucking like. I've shot longbows and I've shot compound bows, and I will take a longbow every fucking day. It is
Yeah.
not as practical. Do not get me wrong, but there's something really cool about a longbow that makes you feel like you're fucking Aragorn, son of Arathorn, and it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Highly recommend a longbow.
I wanted to learn archery real bad when I was younger, and I got like a bow and arrow. But the problem is when you're trying to learn it by yourself, you're only as good as yourself, who isn't very good.
Yeah.
Did we lose James, or is he just
So
being super
I don't
quiet?
know.
Oh, dang.
He's chilling.
thought
He
had, like-
fucking he shot his load already.
He's on it, yeah.
He needs a cigarette and just a nap.
Dude, I
He's
just
blasting
saw a
off.
video of. You guys have probably seen this guy on like TikTok or whatever, but he has all the recipes.
Oh yeah. No. The guy who like does all the fast food.
Yeah.
Jordan.
And he said that he was gonna. He said there was gonna be something about like Taco Bell, and they said we'll revoke your Baja Blast privileges forever. And he's like, I hear you only need 3 ingredients to make a Baja Blast, and then he listed them. And blue Powerade, I think,
Yeah.
or Gatorade.
Yeah.
But there's nothing like
but
being
there's also,
secretly
like-
railed by Baja Blast.
It's like, look, you can
That's the best.
you can go get a Sprite
It's no
from the
secret.
store, but that fucking Dick Donald's Sprite,
Dick
Donald's.
Dick down
Yeah,
Donald's.
no, Dick Donald's
There's
Sprite
something else about
there
it.
is a magic. There's a magic
there is
there.
a magic to it, for sure.
Look at that.
Look at what?
Would you look at that?
Oh yeah.
Again, we can probably count us out for reals now.
Yeah.
Oh, were you not?
That's fine. I'm just.
That wasn't very clear. That's okay.
No, we didn't make that clear at all. It's okay that you weren't talking for most of it, though. Megan, if you want to count us out, that's fine.
Yeah. I'll count us out. So 3, 2, 1. Stop.